Hi, I'm Ed.
I'm Ashley. We're in Los Angeles.
And we're attending Microsoft's Professional Developers Conference, and you're watching Ed and Ashley's 5-Minute Show. Hello, I am here with Lisa Feigenbaum, who works with Microsoft in the Visual Studio Languages area. So, Lisa, what does that mean that you're in Visual Studio Languages?
Sure. So our team manages the managed languages in Visual Studio. So that includes C#, Visual Basic, F#, Iron Ruby, and Iron Python. As far as my role in that group, I'm a community program manager. So I'm involved in things like our feedback loops, our MVP programs, technology adoption programs. We have some insiders lists where we can get early feedback from folks. Then I'm also involved in the outbound kind of work, creating content, helping people use our products. So we have a couple of dev centers, our websites where we aggregate all of that content, and that includes things like videos, articles, blogs. We do a lot of conference presentations, those sorts of things.
Awesome. So you're talking about kind of conferences, and you do quite a bit of traveling to all these sort of conferences. So what goes on there? What do you do at these conferences?
Sure. So generally we're giving talks about languages. So do a lot of tips and tricks talks, future directions talks, deep dives in the new language features. There's a lot of networking events, meeting all of the local subsidiaries, customers. There's Women in Technology events. It's always a busy week. It's kind of just flies by and you don't know where the time went, but you didn't sleep that much and you had a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. So you're currently at this level of community program manager, right? So what were you doing before that? What did your path look like to get to where you are?
Sure. So I actually originally from a math background. I did a bachelor's and master's degree in applied math, applying that with engineering and computer science. So first programming experience I had was with MATLAB, doing more engineering types of work, but then I ended up finding that whenever I was visualizing these math solutions, that I was having to use computer science and creating a program to do that. So I started getting more and more interested in computer science, started taking some programming languages courses, and that's kind of how I developed that interest. Then came to Microsoft. I was originally working on the Visual Basic team on the IDE experience, so that was in Visual Studio 2005, 2008, and then early 2010, that's when we merged all these languages together, so then some early specs on VB and C# IDE. Mm-hmm. And then at that point when our teams joined, I kind of had an opportunity because we had some changes in what we were working on, and there was an opportunity to work on community. So I had always been very interested in community, very active on our insiders list, and enjoyed doing Channel 9 videos and things like that. So I decided to make a small change and just do a different side of the product, and it's been a lot of fun.
Okay, so I know Visual Studio 2010 Beta 2 came out recently. So what are some changes? Like, what are the really big changes that people are most likely to notice?
Sure. So yeah, Beta 2 just came out a little over a month ago. Definitely encouraging people to download that and try it out.
Where can they get it?
So you can get that on msdn.com. You can find a headline there. You can get it on any of our developer centers, so csharp.net, msdn.com/vbasic. We have links in all those places. Maybe if we can include a link in this video, that would be
sure. We'll throw it in the comments.
Sounds good.
Description thing.
As far as new things happening in 2010, there's really a lot of innovation going on. A few highlights, I guess I could talk about. If you're doing WPF development, there's now drag and drop data binding available in WPF, like you might have been familiar with in WinForms, so that's been pretty convenient. There's also a lot of great support around parallel computing. So there's things like the task parallel library, p-links, if you're used to writing link queries, really easy way to just parallelize those queries, concurrent data structures, profiling, a lot happening in that space. There's also a whole new editor that was, the editor was completely rewritten in WPF, so you'll notice a new look. We also have a new logo actually, and nice usability, kind of rich usability features based on that, and furthermore extensibility. So we've actually capitalized on that extensibility and tried to develop an even stronger ecosystem around that. So there's a new website called the Visual Studio Gallery. There's an extension manager which integrates that gallery into VS, and those are places where you can find extensions that people have built to Visual Studio, which have basically the capabilities, the potential is just a lot broader now with the additional WPF accessibility support. As far as the languages space, in VB and C#, we've chosen to co-evolve those two languages, so you'll start to see some places where, you know, there were features missing in one or missing in the other, and those are evening out, and new features that we're doing together, the new features that we're doing are being done together. There's better support for office development, interop with dynamic languages on the DLR. We have F# finally in the box, our functional programming language. And then we also, I mentioned with Iron Ruby and Iron Python, we have that integration through the DLR. So
that sounds like a lot of stuff happened, and it's going to be really, really great. It's really exciting. Congratulations. Well, Lisa, thank you so much for spending time with us today. That was just really informative. I can't wait to go download it.
Great to meet you.
And thank you for watching this episode of Ed and Ashley's 5-Minute Show.